We're talking about a completely different piece of legislation. Thank you very much. We are now live and thank you for that.
We're gonna actually.
Hold on, some other conversation that's bouncing around the building. So, it appears we have postponed this a couple of times today because of a compressed schedule. So thank you for the patience from the gallery, from our deputy treasurer. So, H567, one of the first things we started talking about this section. Bill at the treasurer's office that I worked with he and his team in council, probably starting late November, early December on this one. And we have taken a lot of testimony on this. There were other considerations that were talked about for inclusion in this. One was that other position that VPIC was asking for. And that's not reflected in the bill. We have not done any amendments on this. And then there was also another one of the retired teachers organizations was looking for another piece to be included in here. Now, and I want to open this up for committee discussion in a moment, but where I'm at on that is at VPIC position was going to have to be a general fund appropriation. And for the sake of getting this very, what I perceive to be clean and well-vetted bill out of our room and moving through the process, because we got to start moving some stuff through the process from this room. I was personally, as the lead sponsor of the bill, tapping the brakes on the inclusion of that piece. I'm not saying it doesn't have merit and it shouldn't be considered, but I wanted to let that be a conversation more directly held, possibly in appropriations, or over the Senate. And then there was also that component with the retired teachers for inclusion there. And within other aspects of impacted state agencies and other entities, there wasn't enough, in my opinion, consensus to propose to the committee to try and include that. So that's why that conversation was briefly touched on in testimony, but I didn't move forward with a proposal. So I'll open this up to conversation, but we are looking at, like, shockingly, like I said, because we brought in a lot of bodies who typically have a lot of opinions, and everybody was very amenable with words on the page. So we actually have a bill is introduced right now to discuss and possibly vote on. Open to hands.
That was my question. So we're going back to the original bill as introduced and just increasing the amount of unclaimed property that will be swooped up.
Yes.
And no additional staffing or anything. We're going right back to the original.
Yes, the original never changed.
Never changed.
Yes.
The test one.
We heard a lot of testimony and there was a couple of, like, we noodled at a couple of possible amendments, but none of those actually moved forward into an actual
Gotcha.
draft update. Water sentence.
Wait, what did you say we're tapping the brakes on?
There was the VPEC request for additional staff.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
And that's in the bill currently and you want to take it out? It's
We
not
never
in the
put it
bill and you don't want to add it?
Correct.
Okay, and what was the other thing?
It was a trying to speak to this clearly because it's one of those, like, retirement teacher subsets that's super confusing. So they were looking to introduce new language to, help me remember.
Add some representation on the board so that they can
Onto like an advisory board.
Mhm. I haven't gotten that back yet, even though I submitted it.
Yep. So,
Steve Howard was looking for additional member.
and we heard from, I believe it was Shelley last week on that matter, but we didn't actually, there was a short form drafted, but not in yet, but also, like, we could have done it without the short form.
Oh, yeah.
But there was also, like, there's not a broad enough consensus with, like, the agency of administration and everything else. For my humble opinion, to include that at this stage with what seems to be a very broadly supported piece of legislation.
Okay, I was confused about tapping the brakes. I thought we were tapping the brakes on something that was in the bill, but we're saying that we're cool with it.
No, like the
as
things that we were
basically.
that were requests for addition.
Yeah, we're not.
We're
gonna do it.
not.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry if I said that in an inverted way.
No, I might be asking for clarifications in an inverted way, but I'm glad we reached the same conclusion. I mean, it seems fine to me. I didn't hear any red flags when we heard testimony from anybody, and it seems like, something like this, if everyone's in agreement, yay.
No, absolutely. And like one of the things with me is like I have had my fingers in or been the lead sponsor of a bill that has this many moving parts. Where like not one person has to move the comma. It was kind of weird. And that's one of the reasons I kind of delayed.
I'm knocking on wood for you. I mean,
Right?
Sure it is. We're not done.
I mean, a full life is a full life of firsts. Rep Hoover.
I saw nothing in the treasurer's omnibus bill as presented that raised a flag for me at all, including some of the add-on stuff would have been okay, but in order to get it moving, let's get it moving.
I'm fine with it to move forward as is. I think other stuff may complicate it, so I think move it forward clean like it is.
And this is gonna have stops on the train. Like, I mean, it can get complicated in some other
In
room.
some other room, not ours.
Not ours.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Shall we make a motion?
Ah,
Are we ready? Or not yet?
I am.
Ready.
Okay, I make a motion to find H567 favorable
That's introduced.
as introduced. Thank you. Atkinson.
Barring any further discussion or commentary, clerk will call the roll.
Representative Boyden, yes. Representative Coffin,
Yes.
Representative Pango,
Yes.
Representative Cooper Randolph,
Yes.
Representative Cooper Burlington,
Yes.
Representative Morgan,
Yes.
Representative Nugent,
Yes.
Representative Pincinel,
Yes.
Representative Stone,
Yes.
Representative Waters Evans,
Yes.
Representative Byron,
Yes.
12-0-0.
11-0-0.
Or 11-0. I did
That's
that
the
last
old-
time
that's the old
too.
room.
Yeah.
That was last
Sorry.
biennium.
11-0-0.
Sarah wasn't.
Yeah.
That was a great miscount in front of the deputy. All right. Good job, team. That was the first big bill we got out of here. So
Nice.
Would you like to
Yeah.
report the bill?
I am reporting.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I will take that. All right, team. Good job for today. We've got a window of time before the House at 3:30, but we have no shortage of bills to organize, find witnesses for, and noodle on languages, schedule meetings with stakeholders and all those fun things. So the remainder of time will be allocated for study hall. Thank you very much. You can